Welcome to the Positive Growth Doctor podcast for women. I'm your host, Dr. Christina Wilson. I created the Positive Growth Doctor after years of dealing with societal expectations, self-doubt, and perfectionism. I leveraged my 30 years of experience as a positive psychologist to address limiting beliefs and gain clarity to build confidence and navigate obstacles to achieve a healthier well-being. I knew that pain all too well, so I empower women to achieve confidence and live a positive-centered life. Subscribe to the podcast and check out the earlier episodes so you don't miss a thing. And let's get to it. Hi there. Welcome to the Positive Growth Doctor podcast. I am your host, Dr. Christina Wilson. You're busy. You have lots of balls in the air. And no wonder you're feeling exhausted, right? Wrong. When your body sends you those signals of exhaustion, the ones I'm talking about with all the heaviness that you feel when you're just trying to get through the day with all of this stuff. So when your body's sending you signals, you need to pay attention to them. Okay? There's a reason for it. And having a lengthy to-do list, it's not the culprit. So what is? Well, in this episode, we dive into the intriguing success paradox, where successful women often grapple with self-doubt despite all their achievement. And we're going to uncover the transformative power of mindset and the critical role of self-care in navigating those challenges. So by setting clear intention, you'll learn how to harness your inner strength and boost your confidence and fully embrace your success. So join us for an empowering discussion filled with actionable insights and strategies designed to help you overcome self-doubt and thrive in your personal and your professional life. So find full transcript for this episode on your favorite podcast and share the podcast with other women to help them grow on their journey. And don't just invite friends. Extend your reach by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts. I appreciate you. So what causes high-achieving women to experience fatigue and frustration in their path to success? Well, you're quite the powerhouse, and you know it. And you look everything that you've accomplished. I mean, there it is, right? So high-achieving women often have lots of balls in the air. They have a lot going on. And to the point that things sometimes just come to a head. And it seems like an uphill battle at times, especially when unexpected challenges pop up. And there will be challenges. There's always going to be those challenges. And we often blame our fatigue on our workload. However, we have this, every single one of us, we all have the same number of hours in the day. And there are people who pull it off all the time without all the exhaustion. So they doing differently? Well, there's two very important variables at play. And one of them is the lens that you view the challenge through. And your work becomes much more enjoyable once you change that lens. And also your sense of self and your abilities, your sense of the abilities that you have also change. So I was out walking the trails the other day, um, and I encountered a really large hill. Initially, I thought, oh, wow, that looks like a lot. And but my very next thought is what mattered the most. Okay. I could see it as an uphill battle. Oh man, I got to climb that thing, and allow it to weigh heavily on me. I could do that. Or I could view it as a stepping stone to where I was going, where my path was heading, and what I wanted to accomplish. And that shift in perspective, it mattered. So it alleviated the pain of getting locked in, you know, to that getting stuck in your head and creating this shift toward persevering. And the second variable is self-care. Now, I am not talking about small day, okay? I'm talking about refocusing and setting intention. That is incredibly important. If people take it for granted, intention sets the stage. It's important. So it's a form of self-care because when we choose to be intentional and set the stage for what is to come, when we experience those hills and those mountains, we shape our experience. And that's powerful. So justifying our fatigue, I'm just so busy. I get so much going on. That's the stage for negativity. And your emotions related to that mountain that you're encountering, they're fleeting. They come and they go, right? But your feelings surrounding it stay for as long as you allow it to. Did you notice what I just said? Those feelings around that mountain, they're going to stay as long as you allow it to, for them to. So you could choose to stay in the cycle of feeling overwhelmed, right? Or you can choose to embrace the challenge. And you can choose for what it's going to be like on the other side. And, those challenges make you stronger. They do. They help you grow. And so whatever's on the other side, that you're going to conquer that challenge, right? Feel gratitude for that. So why does mindset and self-care matter for high achieving women? Well, this is all especially true for high achieving women who are experiencing that disconnect between our external success that does exist and our achievement and our internal conflict associated with self-doubt and perfectionism. And that is what I call the success paradox. It's that and pulling it. Okay, this, okay, that. How we take on those mountains and those challenges encountered along the way can feed into the conflict of not feeling like you are enough. We are enough. We are. And there is evidence based on the achievement, right? There is evidence for it, even though sometimes they're ignored. But there is a shift that needs to occur for us to enjoy those accomplishments and to smooth the path that our emotions and our mindset can make so bumpy at times, right? Yeah, it's all about the choices, where we choose to go, which You come to a fork in the road. Which way are you going to go? You're going to go this way or this way? We make that choice. And you know what? We deserve just to enjoy our achievements and what we've done. We deserve that. And I encourage you to make choices that serve you, okay? And move you toward the direction you deserve. Okay? Let's meet up again next week for another episode. I appreciate you.
Thanks for listening to the Positive Growth Doctor podcast. Be sure to leave a review and tell other women about the podcast. Let's support one another. Find the full transcript for this episode on your favorite podcast app. Watch the podcast on the Positive Growth Doctor YouTube channel and learn more at thepositivegrowthdoctor.com. And be assured, you are not alone on your journey